Hey there and welcome to the channel. In today's video I am super excited because I'm about to unbox the brand new GoPro Hero 11 Black. This is the GoPro Hero 11 Black right inside this packaging. So without any further ado, let's get it undone. Whoa, all right, so there it is on the side. Tells you what's new. It tells you about the new Enduro battery, which we'll talk about shortly. And here on this other side of the box, it gives you lots of other awesome dimensions that we're going to be uncovering and discovering over the next few weeks. All right, so we've undone all the packaging and now it's just time to have a look at what is actually in the box when you order a GoPro Hero 11. So here we go. This is the case that you get with it, which is handy. Oh, okay, so we've got some paperwork here telling you how the camera must be updated before you can use it. So we'll go through that process shortly. And up here we have some other bits and pieces, some very kind of basic stuff on how to insert the battery, the Enduro battery, and how to connect it if you need to charge it. The main deal is, here is the GoPro Hero. So here's a charging cable. They always come in handy, doesn't matter how many of these you have. You can see it's USB-C as well, which is the same as the Hero 10 and the Hero 9 when it comes to charging cables as well, so that comes in very handy. Here is the Enduro battery, which GoPro says offers up to more than 38% more battery life than the old standard battery. You also do have a little clamp here as well. One of these ones here. This one here is like your slide-on or sticker clamp as well. So you can put it on a helmet, for example. And there's also the screw as well. Now here is the money shot. And there is the brand new camera. So it looks pretty similar to the Hero 10, although it has 11 here. So it looks similar to the Hero 10. It does have a number 11 here on the side. The same kind of format, or the same kind of shaping as what the Hero 9 and Hero 10 has. Now this lens is the same one as on the Hero 10, which is a fantastic lens because it actually repels water. So if you go into water and then you say come out after swimming, it doesn't like leave any water droplets on the lens. You're going to have clear footage. So that's pretty exciting. All right, so we've grabbed the Enduro battery that came with the GoPro, and we've charged it up and we've slotted it into the camera. I've also put in that 32 gig SD card, that micro SD card that came with it as well. So that's been put into the camera and that's very easy to do. So I'll just, in case you haven't done it before, to do that, you just got to pull down this little side latch here, slot in the battery there, and see how the tag is facing down. And down here in this little small gap there, you can see that's where I put the SD card. Now let's turn on the GoPro for the first time. So we switch it on like so by pressing the mode button here on the left-hand side of the camera. So it's going to turn on. There you go. There's that familiar beep. Shoots on like this. There's that impressive GoPro logo. Now it asks you to choose a language. There's quite a few different options: English, French, German, Italian, Chinese, Japanese, Portuguese, Russian, even Swedish. So my Swedish is not so good, or my French, so I'm just going to stick with English. Now it's going to say, by using this GoPro, I agree to the terms. Here we go. GPS, so you want to turn on to tag your footage. This is pretty handy, especially if you look back at your footage years later or maybe even weeks later. It's good to know where the location was, so I'm going to turn that one on. It says install the GoPro Quik app on your phone. Or you can put it on your iPad as well or your tablet. I've done that too. And it says leave your camera on and follow the app instructions. So if you haven't done it already, or this is your first time with a GoPro, make sure that you go to the Play Store, the Google Play Store for Android, or the Apple Store, and download the GoPro Quik app. Okay, so I've hunted down my trusty old iPad from Apple, and up here in the top left-hand corner, you can see how I've downloaded the GoPro Quik app. So all I've got to do now is just tap on that. It's going to open this screen here, and it's going to Come to like the home screen here. Now it says install the GoPro Quik app on your phone to finish the setup. Leave your camera on and follow the app instructions. What I want to do from this screen here down the bottom right now is tap on where it says a GoPro down the bottom here. See that then above my finger where it says GoPro? Brings up this new screen here where it does say connect a GoPro at the bottom in blue. So we'll tap on that. And it's got, we found your GoPro. Ta-da, look at that already. It's very clever. And it's realized I've got the Hero Black. Let's get started and connect your GoPro to your iPad. So I want to go connect camera down the bottom here. Bluetooth pairing request. So I'm going to press pair. The GoPro's just made a bit of a noise. That means it's recognizing it. Just got to wait a minute or so for it to connect. Camera paired, just like that. Now here's where you can name your GoPro. Okay, there you go. So we called it Adventure Team Hero 11 Black. You can call it whatever you like. Between 8 to 30 characters is what you can use. When you're happy with that, press on done. And we go save name. Wait for it to connect. Save the new name. Now it says, let's make sure you're getting all of the latest features and improvements. So we'll have to wait about 5 to 10 minutes to spare for this process here. So we're going to press this button here, continue. And we're going to speed up the footage to get through this nice and quick. So wants to join, we're going to join. Okay, so we're going to press continue to update, accepting continue for the all the firmware details. Actually, it's pretty quick. And you can see here how on the back of the GoPro it says how it's downloading the update. So we keep your camera plugged in and connected to power or battery in this case. It does mention how the GoPro will power off and turn back on a few times as well, so don't be too concerned if that does happen. So just while we're waiting for all that to happen, I'll just give you a bit of a rundown on some of the new features on the GoPro Hero 11 that we're going to be covering over the next couple of weeks as we really do a deep dive into this amazing new camera. One of the main ones is it has a new, larger sensor on the GoPro. It has 10-bit color, which means the GoPro is going to be able to pick up over 1 billion different colors. There's a new version of Hypersmooth on here as well, and a whole lot more. There's a lot to love about this new GoPro. Okay, so it's just come up on the screen saying the update is complete. Big tick here as well, it says check your camera. That means everything's all good. Update is complete. When you see this, live view from the camera on the screen, just go continue. And that means your GoPro Hero 11 is now ready. So we'll go, let's go. There are a couple of modes that they've sort of split things into on the GoPro this year. And one of them is easy mode, which has some of your basic functions, which sort of suits more casual users of the action camera. So we'll just kind of tap on that. Now here is the home screen. First of all, first look at the camera, and you can see here, it says video. Don't actually have a little oblong down the bottom there as well, which is kind of interesting. So it says video, 1x speed, low light. Now if we swipe down from the top of the screen, now we can see our basic options here. So the first one over here on the left-hand side is voice command. It's currently turned off, and we'll click on that one to turn it on. It says keep current language, yes. I recently made a video on how to change the different languages and how to use voice commands on the GoPro. That was on the Hero 9, but it's much the same here on the 11, so make sure you check that one out. I'll put a link to that video in the description. The second button here is for the beeping noise, so you can either have the beeps off or have the beeps on, okay? Depends what your circumstance is. The next mode here with the rabbit on it, click on that one, that says quick capture. So that means that you can start your camera up by just pressing the shutter button. So if you're out and about somewhere and you see a great event happening or unfolding, you can just press the shutter button to turn on the whole camera. You don't have to kind of go through the process of turning on the power button on the side. So I kind of like quick capture, so we're going to keep that one on. So the next one over here is lock. So this one here is to lock the screen. Down the bottom here is front and rear screen options. So this gives you a choice of how you want to have the footage displayed or not displayed on the front screen of the camera, which is this one here, of course, right? Okay, so the first option here is turn the front screen off, so you don't see anything there at all. The second one is like on the old GoPro Hero 8 and the Hero 7, where it actually just shows you the status only. So for example, how many photos are taken, the duration, that kind of thing. The third one is the actual screen on the front. So it's actually presented in like a mailbox format. And the third one here is a full screen, which means that the whole shot, the front screen is going to show the complete shot with none of those letterbox bars at the top and the bottom. But I like the letterbox one. I'm going to go with that one, the actual screen. When we're happy with that, we're going to press a tick. The one down the bottom here is orientation locked. So that's a really handy feature. If you turn your camera upside down, it's going to keep the orientation locked the way that you wish to have it. And we'll talk about that more in a future video. And then the bottom one down here, we don't want to worry about that one. We don't have the max lens on this particular camera. So we're currently in easy mode right now. So we'll swipe it to the left here. Now on the left hand side of the screen, it has the video mode, it has controls, tells us we're currently in easy, and it has preferences, which is standard on most of the recent GoPros. So we'll have a look at the first one here, video mode. We'll click on that and it tells you straight away, in very simple forms, you can choose your video mode with the highest quality. So the highest quality resolutions and frame rates to capture the best looking footage. Or if you want to save space, you can actually change it down to a different mode like this one here, where you have mid-range quality, but you're going to extend the battery life, which is not a bad option as well. So there's two options there. So either extended battery or highest quality, so we'll bounce back out of that. Now the controls are currently set to easy, and to put them back to the normal GoPro type of settings, Pro mode, just got to use the slider to swipe it to the top. But we're just going through easy mode for the moment, so we'll get out of that. Now under preferences, we can click on that one here. It tells you how to set up auto upload. We'll talk about that more in a future video. Wireless connections, so that's if we say hooking up with things like the GoPro Volta, for example, or the remote. And we'll go through that in a future option here. So it currently says on, so connect device. So it gives you options, the GoPro Quik app, the remote, or the Volta. I do have a great video on using the GoPro Volta. So make sure you check that one out. I'll put a link to that one in the description below. And down the bottom you have camera info as well, which is kind of like what we set up before earlier on there. So, and what else we got down here? Wireless connections, general. So general mode here gives you choices for adjusting the volume of the beeps. So currently it's set to medium. Quick capture is on. And then the default preset is last used video, right? And you can also change it to last used photo if you wish, or last used time lapse as well, but we'll keep it on last used video. Now auto power off, that's currently set to 5 minutes. You can of course adjust that to 30 minutes or even never, but 5 minutes is pretty good to save battery life. LEDs, all on, all off, front off only. You get to choose that one. We're gonna have them all on. Anti-flicker at 60 Hertz. That's actually a pretty good one there. Some regions of the world, 50 Hertz might be more appropriate, but for us here in Australia, 60 Hertz will be good to go. So you can just press this button on the side to change it to photo mode, to time lapse mode, and then back again to video. For me, I really like getting into the nitty-gritty of finding out what the GoPro has to offer. So I want to get into Pro mode now. So that's very easy to do. All you need to do is just swipe down from the top of the screen. Then we're going to swipe to the right. Now over here on the left-hand side, it says controls. We're currently using easy, so we'll tap on that. Now we're going to slide it up here to the top to get Pro controls. So we tap on that one now. Now, when we go into preferences, we have a few more options to look at, okay? This time we can look at GPS, and we can choose to tag your footage with location, speed, and altitude and more, or we can turn it off. Also has displays as well, so you can click on here. You can choose your orientation. You can choose screensaver for the rear and the front. You can match it to your brightness. You can even choose to have a grid on the screen as well. I like to have a grid, so it helps me when I'm shooting my photos. So that's that one there. There's the brightness, so you can set the brightness up to 100. It will use more battery though. We'll just have it set at around about halfway. That should be pretty good. And rear screen grid as we mentioned earlier. Now, as you can see right now, because we're in Pro mode, it's very similar to the Hero 10 and the Hero 9 with our options. So down the bottom here, if you want to change anything, you just got to tap on the oblong down the bottom and it gives you a whole range of different shooting options. So there's standard here, full frame, activity. These are presets that are already currently loaded in there as well. Ultra slow mode. So some of these are kind of quite new. Now, if you want to make any changes to the settings, it's super easy. You just got to press on the pencil here on the right hand side, and just like on the Hero 9 and the Hero 10, you have a whole list of what your options are on the back. So you can change your resolution, your frame rate, your lens, turn hyper smooth on or off. All your normal Pro settings are all here. Okay, so that's pretty awesome. And also shortcuts as well. To check out the photo modes, just press on the oblong down the bottom and it'll bring up your options. So we've got photo, burst, and night photo. Just like with the video, you press the pencil and you can make different sort of changes to the lens, or whether you want to have it turn the timer on or change the zoom. It's all pretty straightforward. And we'll go through a lot of these settings in the next couple of weeks as well, which is pretty exciting. Down the bottom here, it tells us straight away the default is time warp. We can tap on that and it gives you some options for some other time lapse things you can do with the GoPro. So there's star trails, which we're gonna cover in a future video, light painting, vehicle lights, time lapse, and night lapse as well. And once again, like the other ones, you want to change any settings, just press on the pencil and go for broke. So the Hero 11 Black is really easy to set up, and if you follow those simple steps, you shouldn't have any troubles getting your camera up and running and have you ready to race out the door and film your next amazing video. To learn more about the features that come with this awesome little piece of kit, click on this video over here now. As usual, thanks for your company, and until next time, I will see you later.